Going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel. The whole boxing world has been put on an emotional roller coaster. First, Canelo said not Canelo said, but it's been announced that Canelo is going to be fighting Terence Crawford, and then out of nowhere, the fight is off, and then out of nowhere again, he's fighting Jake Paul, and then out of nowhere, His Excellency Turkey says, "Hey man, don't dodge the lion, man. You can't count the lion out. The lion's here with a four-fight deal." And we're just like, wait, what is going
Such a
on
roller
here?
coaster, man. Roller coaster of news. Oh shoot.
Oh,
See?
oh,
Even my
the
phone,
phone said
even
it's
my
a roller
phone.
coaster too.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about that. But what are your initial thoughts? Because I felt like I was getting played. I didn't know who to believe anymore. It was literally news after news after news after news. I was getting myself ready for the Canelo Bud fight, and then it was off. I'm like, what happened? And then that was Jake Paul, and I was like, what? But yeah, I don't know, man. It was a roller coaster of emotions, man. What are your thoughts on those?
I thought Ring Magazine was just quick with the trigger. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
we're like the deal's 80% done. Let's announce this right away. It's like, no. You gotta wait until it's like fully signed, sealed, delivered,
yep,
right? And then out
yep.
of nowhere, Jake Paul, it's like, brother, who's the social media guy at Ring Magazine just saying release, release, release? Like
Yeah,
y'all are too quick with it, man. Y'all gotta calm down and Canelo ain't ducking nobody, all right? You
no.
gotta remember, Canelo calls the shots, man. He fights whoever he wants to fight. So if you think he's ducking someone, no, hell no, bro. He's on his way out to retirement. He ain't ducking nobody. Well, maybe, but hey, he calls the shots. He gets the money. You know what I mean? What
He's
do you
definitely the
think?
shot caller, man. I agree with that statement. Like, wait until it's signed. Like, people
Yeah,
were so like all these newscasters. They're all. I know you want to be first. Obviously, you want to be first to report. The fight. But see, this is what happens. It's not 100% done. Now it seems like it's almost done, but then again, we're still in the same boat. Like it hasn't been announced. Not from Canelo, not from Bud, not from Jake, not from Turkey. So I think they just gotta, take a day or two, because if they waited a day, this wouldn't have happened, right?
yeah,
But I agree. Canelo calls the shots. We do want to see him fight other people, and it's unfortunate that he won't. But at this point of his career, like he's not ducking nobody. He's down to fight pretty much anyone. But I think he's choosing a path where it makes sense business wise. Jake Paul fight, that kind of makes sense business wise, although I think it's not a challenge for Canelo. But if he's gonna make him more money than him fighting a David Benavidez, it's hard to blame him because he's getting that much money. Probably double the money because Jake Paul's such a big draw, like how he claims. I think that'll make money, and I'm scared that if that fight happens, a Jake Paul fight, that'll make more money than the Bud fight. And that's just how it goes. It's all about popularity, right? Of course, if you're Canelo, if it's gonna pay you double for a for someone that has, easier work, it's hard to blame him. It's at that part of the career. But let's talk about the actual announcement now. For now, but they confirmed it. Canelo confirmed it. Turkey confirmed it. There's a four-fight deal for Canelo Alvarez. I'm sure he's getting hella money for this four-fight deal for him to go to Riyadh season, man. He said the first fight will be in Riyadh in May,
in
and it's
May,
not
yeah.
going to be Jake Paul. So I don't know who that is. I feel like it's gonna be a tune-up, a Willis of Scull, hopefully an Mbilli. Second fight in September in Vegas. That's what they're saying. It's gonna be the Crawford fight. And Crawford even said himself on his Twitter saying he's gonna wait for Canelo in September and show the world how great he is. And then now we get another two fights in 2026. But what's your ideal lineup for the four-fight deal for Canelo?
Man, if it were up to me, I would say in Riyadh, fight in Billy. Forget about Skull. But obviously he might pick Skull. We know damn well
He's
he's
a
gonna pick
champion.
Skull.
He's a champion.
Right? September, for sure, it has to be Bud. February, that man, just give him a tune-up. Then October, I'm gonna say it right here. I think October 2026, his very last deal with Turkey. I think that might be his retirement fight, and I very well think it might have to be with Jake Paul. It makes sense, you know. The last fight of your deal with His Excellency, bro, man, make the most money, hang the gloves up, retire, call it a day.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. If that happens, man, I don't blame him. But at the same time, I want him to go out. If he's gonna retire or if he's gonna fight more, I want him to go out with a bang, man. I think Jake Paul is the right move, to be honest. But it's highly, it's likely as well. Like I said, business decision, Le path to least resistance, the lesser risk. All the Floyd Mayweather effect. But I'm really hoping that the Warrior and Canelo shows up, man. For me, if it was up to me, we have 4 fights. We got to remember, we have 4 fights. One is going to be Bud. That works for me. I'll watch that. Now, I'd give him just one tune-up if it was up to me. And this is the fight. This is May, the one in May. Either Skull and Billy. Hell, and Billy's not even a
He
tune-up. You
ain't
know what
no
I mean? Like
tune
that's
up,
a
no hell no.
tough fight that people
Yeah.
just don't know him. Bud, obviously, that's a challenge. But the last 2 fights, this is the more important one for me. Really still want to see David Benavidez. I want to see a David Benavidez fight and either a better Biev or a Bivol. I prefer a better
Ooh.
Biev because we already seen Bivol. But if your 2 fights will be David Benavidez or better Biev or the winner, because we don't this thing, he's gonna fight the winner of those two. So just fight David Benavidez and the winner. I think that's a good lineup. But like I said, we don't know then. And Jake Paul obviously is probably going to fight this year. He's going to make more noise. He's going to make his case. And, it's sad to say, but he does have the case to get a Canelo fight in terms of money because he probably out of everyone, he can, sad to say again, but he can probably put the most money in Canelo's pocket.
True. Man, you ain't wrong, man. You ain't wrong. He's the problem child for a reason. He knows how to sell tickets,
And
right?
he's
Business
doing
wise,
it
that's
good,
the
man.
best,
Yeah.
right? Business wise is the best thing to do. So, in my opinion, man, I want to see that fight happen regardless, you know, because he even said it himself. He says, like, he wants to be the bad guy. He wants people to watch because they want to see him get knocked out, right? But against Canelo,
People will tune in, bro. People will tune
I'm
in.
tuning in.
And
Oh,
that's
hell
the
yeah. I want to
thing.
see him get knocked out.
That's the thing. Jake Paul doesn't have to do good, man. He just has to do okay. And if he doesn't get knocked out, now he's walking around saying, "Yeah, I just went with Canelo." You know what I mean? Like, if he loses and he doesn't get knocked out, he's all good. That's a win. That's a win for Jake
Yeah,
Paul. That's gonna get him a lot of fights. Now it might not be a win for Canelo in terms of his legacy, but hey, if your bank account is screaming what 200 million, that's a big win for me, man.
huge win, man. Huge win. But I'm excited to see what how this all plays out, man.
Yeah,
Hopefully I'm right. But if whatever your prediction was right as well, man, I ain't complaining because all of these fights are all majorly entertaining.
yeah,
They're all gonna bring money. It's all
a
gonna
lot.
challenge Canelo, and it's in my opinion, it is moving boxing forward. Is it Jake Paul? Is that fight against Jake Paul moving boxing forward? Eh, money wise, hell yeah, because more eyes are gonna be on it. But let us know what you guys think, man.
Yes, sir.
Do you guys agree with what we're saying? Do you think it's gonna be a Jake Paul fight? Do you think Bud's gonna take Canelo out? Let us know in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in.